And one particular day, they were trying to get some toys, some candies, and they were not stopping at all. And one of the ladies, she began chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. One of the lady began chanting the holy name. Nimai stopped crying. They said, wow, we got a clue. Now we got a clue. Whenever he will cry, we will chant the holy names. Whenever Nimai would cry, we will chant the holy name and he will stop crying. Not just he would just stop crying, he would start smiling at them. So they got a nice clue. So whenever Nimai would cry, they would clap the hand and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Now Nimai, that was Nimai's trick. He would often cry. Not just often, very often. Rather, as soon as they would stop chanting, he would start crying. So they said, oh my God, this is a difficult task, So then they were in shifts. They decided, now some of us have to be with Nimai in shifts so that anytime he starts crying, we chant. But as soon as they would stop chanting, he would start crying. So the other way around, right? So that was a very sweet pastime. And in this way, at all the ages, he tricked everyone. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as an Nimai, he tricked everyone to chant the holy names of the Lord. Because he has come to give us this most precious jewel, the most precious diamond, which people sometimes mistake it to be like an ordinary piece of stone. Okay, so now the most wonderful thing is, though in the Vedas, this age Kali Yuga is considered to be the worst of all ages. But by the advent and by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Kali Yuga has become the best of all ages. Srimad Bhagavatam Karbhajan Muni, in the 11th canto, he gives several insights, several verses into the glories of this age of Kali Yuga. To the extent, he says, those who have foresight, those sages have foresight, and those who appeared in Satya Yuga, they wait, when will the Kali Yuga come? And we would like to take birth in Kali Yuga. So there are 8 glorious qualities of Kali Yuga. Please hear very carefully. That makes Kali Yuga the best of all the ages. And this is all by the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has turned the tables around. The worst of the age has become the best of the ages. Just like during the time of eclipse when he appeared, everyone thought this is the most inauspicious time. And they all chanted the holy name. And that became the most auspicious time. So the Lord appeared actually amidst the most auspicious time. Because of chanting the holy name, tables turned around. Most inauspicious became most auspicious. Similarly, by the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, the worst of all the ages, which is described in the Vedas, has actually become the best of all ages. So the 8 glorious qualities of Kali Yuga, I'll briefly touch upon that. This is all from the 11th canto, where Karbhajan Muni speaks to King Nimi about the glories of Sankirtan and the glories of Kali Yuga. So the first, the glory of Sankirtan in Kali Yuga, especially the Kali Yuga is connected, is that in this age, the minimum effort gives the maximum result. Like all the other ages, you have to perform yagyas, meditation, thousands of years. Even the yagyas would go on for a long time. I remember there was one of our donors, he said, I want to have a yagya. How long will it last? I said around 40 minutes. He said complete it in 30 minutes. 40, 45 minutes too long. Right? So, the yajnas would, there are descriptions of yajnas going on for one year in the Ramayana. He would set up a city for the whole yajna. Imagine such a huge effort. Meditation for thousands of years, yajnas and elaborate deity worship. In other ages, there was a massive effort. But knowing in this age of Kali Yuga, people will be short-lived and they will be lazy. Anything which is difficult, keep it aside. Therefore, the only effort is what? Just move your lips and tongues and chant the holy name. That's the only effort, and result is maximum, more than the meditation for thousands of years, more than the performing yajnas for years, and worshipping the deity with great pomp. Standard in Dwapar Yuga was totally different. So, minimum effort, maximum result is the first glory of Kali Yuga. Only effort is move the lips and tongue. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Second great quality is, now the question is raised, could people not achieve perfection by chanting the holy names in other yugas? Oh yes, the chanting of the holy name is always available, all powerful, but there were many other alternatives, and people in other ages were very accomplished. They thought just moving the lips and tongues, this is, they would not feel that they have done something. They would not feel being accomplished. There were other alternatives available. And most people, because they were very qualified, they would opt for the other alternatives and not chanting the holy names. But in Kali Yuga, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. All the other doors have been closed. Like sometimes there are several doors to go out, and if all the doors are closed, the only door which is open is chanting the holy name of the Lord. That's the only means of perfection, while there were other alternatives, and most people in other ages opted for the other alternatives, the difficult ones, because they were qualified for that. So the least qualified people are in the Kali Yuga. They are given this simplest process, but it gives the highest result, actually. So there is no other alternative. Only one door is open, that is chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Third quality. In Kali Yuga, there are sufficient harassments that force a person to take shelter of the holy name. That's actually a glory of Kali Yuga also. So Prabhupada writes, Kali Yuga living conditions are so unbearable. Modern governments are so obnoxious. Our bodies are so ridden by physical and mental diseases, and even self-preservation is so troublesome that the conditioned souls have no other option other than to cry out the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This is the third glorious quality. we are pushed because we all need a push, We tend to become relaxed. So all these unbearable conditions push us to deeply take shelter of the holy name of the Lord. This is the third glorious quality. The fourth, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has emphasized the holy name. Therefore, because he is a Yuga Avatar, it has become easy for us because of his additional mercy. So because of Lord Chaitanya's emphasis and his mercy, because his process has been given by him, therefore it has become easier for all of us to take up to this process of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The fifth glorious quality is the association of the devotees who are dedicated to chanting the holy name of the Lord is available in ample, which was not there in other ages. this Sangha, because Kali Yuga is the age of unions. People know that alone they have no strength. They have to come together. They have to come, Sangha. They have to be in association. So even by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, again, and by the mercy of our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, who has formed this international society, this association of devotees. The association of devotees who take up to the process, who are dedicated to chanting the holy name, is available in ample in the age of Kali Yuga, while it is not so in other ages, because there were not many people who would take up to this process. Those who do dhyan and meditation, they go into the each cave. They are not in association, and so on and so forth. So this is the quality of the Kali Yuga, that there is a ample association available in this time and age. That's a fifth quality of Kali Yuga. Okay, the sixth quality of Kali Yuga. Okay, so now we are in again, talking about the association of the devotees. The proof of the fifth point is this temple hall now, right? And Lord Chaitanya, he asked several questions to Ramanand Rai. One of the questions he asked is, tell me what is the highest benediction possible in this, to be achieved by anyone? What is the highest achievement? What is the highest benediction that we may achieve in this human form of life? Shreyo madhya kauna shreya divera hoy sar Krishna bhakta sangha vina shreya nahi yar. Ramanand Rai says there is no greater benediction than this association of devotees, where we can come together and together chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that's the highest benediction, that we all can come together. And therefore, I would like to welcome you all today on this auspicious day of Gaura Purnima. We have come together to chant the holy names, to glorify the Lord, to welcome Him actually. He's making His appearance today amidst all of us. So that's the fifth glorious quality of this age of Kali Yuga. The sixth glorious quality is, it is described that in this age, there is no need to perform any other ritualistic ceremonies. In other ages, there were several rituals to be performed, yagyas to be performed, pujas to be done, and so on and so forth. Therefore, Bhagavatam informed Dev Rishi, Bhutap Nrinam Pitrinam Nayam Kinkaro Nayam Rajan Ranicha Nayam Kinkaro Ranicha Rajam. So there were several debts that have been described. Each human, because we live in a society and we are supported, the sages have given us wisdom, our forefathers, parents, they all have contributed to our growth. Therefore, we owe a debt to so many people in a society. Therefore, there are several ritualistic ceremonies, yagyas and the pujas and worship, etc., to be performed, to absolve or to repay back that debt. But it's mentioned in Kali Yuga, there is no need of any of that. We can repay everyone's debt simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Okay, so that's the sixth quality of the Kali Yuga. Now, the seventh quality of Kali Yuga is, if by chance some sinful activity has been performed, someone has committed some sinful activity, there is no need for atonement, no need of separate atonement, because the Vedas prescribe several kinds of atonement, because we may have knowingly, unknowingly committed so many sinful activities, and then all those reactions come. Like when suddenly some calamity comes, people in India, I'm not sure here, people, they rush to astrologers. to find out what's going wrong. And then they tell, there are some reactions which are coming, and therefore if you perform some atonement, so they will be eased out. So certain kind of, again, worships to be done, charity to be given, tapasya to be performed, etc., etc. And there are several of them. People rush to them. There is a story of one such person, Subudhi Rai, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, who was converted. He was like one of the person from a Muslim faith. He kind of polluted or contaminated his caste, and everyone ostracized him. And he was going from various, to various astrologers, that how can I be again reinstated in my position, and so on and so forth. And people prescribed him so many difficult atonements, and he was so dejected. I won't be able to do any of it. And somehow he met Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya simply told him, he said, there is nothing to be done. You from here, you directly go to Vrindavan. Don't meet any astrologer on the way. Directly go to Vrindavan, and there simply chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Lord Chaitanya also told him, along with the holy name, do one more thing which is supremely beneficial. That is, there are many devotees from Bengal, they go to Vrindavan. You go to Vrindavan, chant the holy names. Do one more thing, chanting along with chanting the holy name. That is, when the devotees go to Vrindavan, now from Bengal, the staple diet is rice yogurt. In Vrindavan, the staple is chapatis. There are chapatis and there are fried vegetable and all that. So these Gaudiya Vaishnavas, their stomach would become upset going to Vrindavan. They were not able to digest. So Lord told, just see, how sensitive the Lord is to even the external need, physical need of devotees. You should arrange yogurt rice for my devotees who come from Bengal. So Subudhi Rai, he worked hard. He was a big landlord. He left behind everything. There he would go to the forest, collect some dry wood and sell it. He would sell it for something like 10 cents. He would only use 2 cents out of that for his personal maintenance, keep the 8 cents in saving, that whenever the devotees from Bengal would come, I would serve them rice and yogurt. That was his service to the devotees, and Lord was extremely pleased. Therefore, when there were devotees from Kulinagram who were visiting Jagannath Puri, and they asked Lord, dear Lord, please tell what is our duty. We are living in the society, we have, several attachments and so on and so forth, several attachments, several obstacles, several challenges. Please tell us what is our duty. In short and brief. Lord Chaitanya gave a beautiful reply. He said, you have only twofold duty. Prabhu kahe Vaishnav seva nama sankirtan dui kar shigra pave Shri Krishna charan. Just do these two things. Serve my devotees. Here service would mean support their Krishna consciousness. And that is a devotee care initiative. Today morning I was talking of how in the association of devotees, we need to support each other Krishna consciousness. Just like this example I gave. Prasadam. Sometimes devotees may need some transportation help, sometimes housing in terms of, and so on and so forth. Different kind of support system, so that they may go on serving. They may go on with their devotional service. So the Lord said, just do these two things. Serve my devotees and chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the 7th point we were discussing, that how Lord Chaitanya told that there is no need of any atonement. You simply chant the holy name, plus one more thing has been added. Here, serve my devotees. And that will take care of everything. And I remember, actually, I'm telling you a real case study. One of the devotee, the astrologer kind of predicted it's going to be such a heavy time that this person may actually end one's life, and so on and so forth, right? And the person was so disturbed, etc., etc. And on the strength of this Lord Chaitanya's instruction, I actually shared. I said, if you can chant the holy name and serve devotees feast, make the devotees happy. Just arrange a feast and personally serve them and ask for their blessings. And that person did that. Started chanting the holy name and organized the feast for the devotees. Absolutely nothing happened, like it was being predicted, and he was undergoing a great amount of struggle. Very soon, everything was eased out. Everything was eased out. And that is there in the scriptures. Raghunath Das Goswami was facing several obstacles on his path. Lord Nityananda said, organize a feast of Chiradahi for my devotees. And after that, he told, now that he has served you all, give your blessings to him. And by their blessings, all the obstacles were actually removed. Therefore, Vaishnava's blessings are very powerful. When we serve them, support them, by their blessings, all the obstacles are easily removed, and we can just go on chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, And the eighth great quality of the Sankirtan in this age of Kali Yuga is it is the safest, surest, and the sweetest path to self-realization. Right? So it is the safest, surest, swiftest, and the sweetest. The four things: safest, surest, swiftest, and the sweetest path of perfection to self-realization. And there is a beautiful song, Kevalastakam, which describes Maduram Madure Bhyopi Mangale Bhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavane Bhyopi Hare Nameva Kevalam. So the sweetness, Maduram Madure Bhyopi, is the sweetest of all. And when Lord Chaitanya devotees, they first time after Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he was in Jagannath Puri, and all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya were arriving to Jagannath Puri for the first time. They were coming while doing Sankirtan. And the king Maharaj Prataprudra, he was standing on the top of his palace and he was hearing the Kirtan. And along with him was Gopinath Acharya. When he heard the Kirtan of Mahaprabhu's devotees, he said, oh, who are these devotees coming? I have never heard such a sweet Kirtan. Aiche prema, aiche nitya, aiche haridhvani, kaha nahi dekhi, aiche kaha nahi suni. He said, I have never heard such sweet Kirtan ever before. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, Maharaj Pratap Rudrana, in Jagannath Puri, you see, it's a holy place. Every day there are so many people come throughout the year and they perform Sankirtan, they do Kirtan. It's a holy place. Sorry. So every day there are so many groups who come to Jagannath Puri and they perform Sankirtan. And king had heard hundreds and thousands of Kirtans before. But he says, I have never heard such sweet Kirtan. And Gopinath Acharya says, yes, because this Sankirtan has been made very sweet by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Srishti Ai Prema Sankirtan. This is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special creation for all of us. It is special creation and there is amazing sweetness. And through this sweet performance of the holy name, he is giving all of us the highest goal, which is love for Krishna. So this was there was another testimonial. There was a British Lord Ronald Shaw. He was traveling in Assam, and Assam also there are many Mahaprabhu devotees. They do nice sankirtan. He was traveling and he witnessed a sankirtan party, and he wrote in his diary that I have traveled, all over the world. I have been to many nightclubs, dancing parties, and so on and so forth. But the happiness which these people were experiencing in chanting and dancing, I have never seen in any of the night parties, nightclubs, all the dancing parties, which and I have seen thousands of them. This is, he said, there is something very special in these people who are chanting and dancing this Prem Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So in this way, these are 8 glorious qualities of this age of Kali Yuga. And we are all very fortunate to be born in this age of Kali Yuga. Right? Kalim samhajante arya gunagya bhagina jitta sankirtaneneva sarvaswartha vilabhyate. Those who are wise, those who have insight, they can foresee, they worship this age of Kali Yuga. Kalo sabhajante. Sabhajante means worship. This age of Kali Yuga is worshipped by those insightful sages who know these great qualities of this age of Kali Yuga. That simply by the performance of Harinam Sankirtan, all perfection is achieved, and there are no other formalities to be done. And there is amazing, the heart is saturated with amazing sweetness and with amazing love for Krishna. So therefore, let's pray at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, that on the auspicious day, that we may increasingly dedicate ourselves to this process of Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. My deep gratitude to all of you. My special gratitude to His Grace Kala Prabhu, His Grace Krishna Chandra Prabhu, Suhit Krishna Prabhu, and many other devotees who have actually been very kind and caring to me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So now we will have the Aarti and then Mahabhishek, accompanied all through by the sweet chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
How is your health? Notice your plan.
This is because of the increased cold suddenly today morning.
Right.
I was not equipped. I was